Alright, everyone. I guess it's time for some RPG horror. We're gonna play 1900 Gary. At least I think this is scary. I would assume that it's scary. What do you think? Oh, I don't know. Let's just go. Overland Pond was certainly full of wonders. I grew up here, so I'm pretty well versed in them. There was a square mile field that was full of weeds, all overgrown and yellow, gnats and flies buzzing all around. You could sit down in there and you'd be completely concealed. Nobody on the sidewalk is going to see you, and nobody driving up Quivera or West 111th could see you either. You could probably whack off in there if you wanted to. I tried once after finishing a shift at Subway, but the bugs kept getting in my ears, throwing me off my game. Lame. This guy's lame. No, he's human. He's human. The storm drainage tunnels behind Cobbler Park, me and Eduardo found out if you head into them and make two left turns, you come to a sewer drain that has a clear view of my house. We smoked weed from a 7-Up can from that spot. Some old man walked by and started shouting, "Fire, there's a fire in the sewer." And we ran right out of there. But there was one thing that wasn't so wonderful. 1900 Gary. It started as a joke in our group about this dude who used to live in the neighborhood. His name was, you guessed it, Gary. Dude loved his name. He had one of those nameplate necklaces, you know, like in Ratchet Girl culture. Gary in 14-karat gold in a dainty little cursive font. Gary Vendy license plate. Even his phone number was 555 Gary. I didn't even think you could do that. It wasn't just his name he was proud of, though. He also liked to show off his body. Nary a Saturday afternoon would pass when you wouldn't see Gary hosing down his SUV, wearing nothing but a Speedo, shades, his Gary nameplate, and a smile. One of our friends, Sean, made a bit of a hobby out of making prank telephone calls to 555 Gary. He'd call up and say, "Is this 1900 Gary for all my Gary needs?" Or some crap like that. Gary would get so pissed and Sean would record his reaction and email it to us. He'd do this in the middle of the night, mind you. None of us found Sean's calls particularly clever, but it was funny listening to Gary getting all worked up. He'd say things like, "Boy, I'm going to get you in my trap, and there will be no escape, because when you mess with Gary, you're playing with fire." One day at school, Sean told us he was going to make the best Gary call yet. He asked us to all be online at midnight so we could make it a conference call. He really wanted us to hear this for some reason. But at midnight, press enter to interact, escape to other stuff, or shift to lightly jog. Try examining everything at different times. You never know what you might find. This game has multiple endings. Don't be afraid to try different approaches. But save your game, playa. Cool. The Home Shopping Network is on. It's my favorite. No, you're not going to go to bed. You stay for a bit longer so you don't miss the conference call. There's a book here. Scary Stories, The Telephone Repairman. Yeah, give it a quick skim. "Does it say Telephone Repairman across my chest?" he asked me, motioning from his right nipple to his left with a stubby index finger. Didn't say anything across his chest. He was wearing a striped shirt. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to answer, so I left the office. I stepped inside the ladies' room, ducking into a cubicle and sitting on the porcelain throne, preparing for my morning sob sesh, as Cosmo calls it. The tears don't come at first. Like all good things, they come to those who wait, those who concentrate. I remember when I was 5, and my dad said I couldn't stay up to watch Married with Children. I remember the end of My Girl 2. I remember the time I tried to buy Illusion of Gaia, but it was sold out. It's around then that I realized all my sad memories are solely reliant on intellectual properties, and my tears begin to flow. Freely like the river of time, my howling sobs echoing against the cubicle walls in a dizzying demonstration of bathroom acoustics. How liberating, how re-energizing, and so good for the skin. I rub my eyes and cheeks in circular motions, giving myself a salty facial. I'll be the envy of the Elks Club for sure. I regain my composure and step out of the restroom. A woman stands across the room, pouring Alpen into a bowl. She's looking in my direction, and she's looking disturbed at that. I twist my reddish face into a smile and wave. I won't lose my job over this. That was spooky. My favorite poster. It's balls of stuff. Let's see, I slide open the desk door to reveal a candy bar wrapper, box of Ritalin, and some rubber bands. Open the closet to find my clothes. Nifty. So it's midnight. Can't mess around, man. Alright, let's... Connecting. Welcome to LOL. Taco Lover has entered the chat. Buttblaster84. Sup, Taco? Yo! Looks like we are all here. Where's the man of the hour? He'll be here soon enough. Sean never misses an op to mess with Gary. I don't know why I'm reading all their voices stuff. It's like 1 a.m. I don't think Sean's coming. This blows. Going to bed. Alright, see you guys tomorrow. What the heck? Must have been a power surge. I was gonna go to bed, but I should probably reset the breaker. I can access the basement via the kitchen. I know that's great from a... Oh, cool. I know that's great for a story point of view. Like to tell me, whoa, hey girl, where's the deal? Power just went out. It's spooky. Oh, hey, whoa. The Cursed Milkshake? Yeah, I want to read The Cursed Milkshake. There are plenty of places to get a good milkshake in this town. Dairy King, Bucklebee's, even Big Lamar's milkshakes off I-35. But there's one place I'd recommend you avoid, just west of South Lake Park. Oh god. Lays a rundown old mini mall. Has all the usual things that you'd expect to find. Chickadee trophies, Apollo wigs, and a liquor store just called Liquor Store. At the end of the strip, though, is a small shop with no name. Its windows are so dark with tobacco stains you can't see inside, but a sign hanging on the door reads, Open 24/7. When you step inside, you'll be greeted by the owner, a small rotund fellow named Herbert. They say he's a voodoo practitioner from Branson. Herbert sells nothing but milkshakes of different flavors. He asks you to pick a flavor and pay an exact change only. If you select a strawberry milkshake, you'll simultaneously combust. If you select a blueberry milkshake, all your blood will drain from your body. If you ask for anything else, Herbert will request that you leave. I don't know what happens if you don't have exact change. That was toe curling. There's a book here. The Chevronomicon? Yes! Have you been invited to a potluck dinner? Before you accept this gracious honor, make sure you've decided on a suitable dish to bring. One quick, easy, and cost-effective option is the deviled egg. Those bright and cheerful embryonic ovals are known to put a smile on everybody's face, and they'll disappear faster than an emaciated corpse in the presence of circling vultures. Deviled eggs are so ingrained into our culture that they've become a symbol of unending love. They're particularly popular on Valentine's Day. I feel a dense throbbing in the center of my brain. Continue reading. Yes! Recipe for deviled eggs. Hard-boil the eggs, cut them lengthway. Mustard, mayo, paprika, egg yolk, mustard. Yeah! I don't really remember what else happened that night. It couldn't have been very important. A few weeks later, it was Sean's funeral. It's a beautiful memorial, and Gary gave a touching eulogy. It's really nice of him to let bygones be bygones. Brought a plate of my signature deviled eggs. They were like hotcakes. The secret is to add a pinch of Tabasco to the egg yolks. Also, don't use too much mayo, otherwise they're just runny and gross. Ending 3. Bedeviled? What the... Yes. Cool. Let's try this one then. Yeah, I was gonna go to bed. I had a most peculiar dream last night. In the dream, I had a job interview at a video rental shop. As an employee was leading me to the interview room, I remarked, "Hey, good thing I don't have any piercings or tattoos, huh? I guess I'm a shoo-in." When we entered the back room, I heard a gurgling sound from behind a plastic curtain. The employee pulled it back to reveal a fat, naked man sprawled on a bed, with a long-haired, thin man pressed tightly against his flabby chest. "Boss, you're supposed to be interviewing this gentleman," the employee exclaimed. The fat man gurgled, "Not now, I'm drunk." And that's when I woke up. Next day was relatively uneventful, but I couldn't shake that I was forgetting something. Ending 1. A good night's sleep. Huh. Well, that was fun. Alright, so we'll skip through this dialogue real quick. Power went out. Whatevs. Oh, sorry. Time to save. Saved a few times. I'm not done exploring my sister's room. Let's see, I see that Lacey's got a Christmas wardrobe. Don't diss my clothes. Don't go through my closet. But his drawer's full of garments. This girl don't like me too much. Hey, another door to go through. Yeah! The bizarre light enveloped me, blinding my eyes and dissolving my skin. It was over in an instant. I found myself floating in a void of nothingness. Ending for... Oh, beyond comprehension. I think he saw his parents doing things he did not want to see them do. Which makes sense. Alright, what else do we got? What else do you have for me? Well, we're down here now, so another save. Saves are important, everyone. My reflection stares back at me from the mirror. Okay, cool. Don't forget to wipe! Tub is empty, save for a few stray hairs and some beads of moisture. Interesting. That bathroom is cursed. Cursed, that tells you. Oh, my kitchen. Cool. Phone's dead too. What a pain. If I don't get the... Oh, my fudge circles will melt. Oh, that's a travesty. The power out, I can't use the oven. When I go to the basement, that's when all the creepy junk's gonna happen. See, apparently my basement is... Oh, I opened the box to find 100 toilet cleaner diskettes. Seems a bit excessive. Should I take one with me? Yes! I slip a toilet diskette into my pocket. You never know when a toilet hygiene disaster may strike. No matter how many times I flip, the power just won't come back on. The phone's going off. Alright, time to go upstairs, I guess. I'll get that phone in a second. Huh. Alright, I'm coming. Ellipses, hello. You've reached 1-900 Gary. For all your Gary needs. You're through to the big man himself. Ask about Gary. Life is life. Death is death. Gary is Gary. Boy, I am gonna get you in my trap. And there will be no escape. Because when you mess with Gary, you're playing with fire. Oh crap, quickly slam the receiver down. Does this mean Gary knows where I live? What does he want with me? He should be after Sean. What's that sound? This doesn't look good. It seems to be coming from the toilet. I better be prepared. There's a time and a place for a bubble bath, and it ain't here. Forget to wipe. Looking at the toilet bowl, it seems dark. It's pitch black in there, except you can see some gold. Talk to the toilet? Somebody in there? Gotcha! Dressed in his favorite Speedo, sunglasses, and nameplate necklace, Gary stepped out of his front door and took a deep breath. It's a smooth summer wind, he beamed. The perfect weather to wax the Gary-mobile. As he began to buff the hood of his prized automobile, a man approached him. Gary didn't know the man's name, but he recognized him as a neighbor. My son's been missing since last night, said the man, with a pained expression on his face. You haven't seen him, have you? Gary looked to the man with a concerned expression. Can't say that I have, neighbor. I'm sure sorry to hear that. Keep my eyes peeled for your boy. Say, ain't that the third kid who's gone missing in the past few weeks? Gary asked the man. Fourth. You don't think there's a predator around, do you? Gary smiled at the man. Here, in Overland Pond? This here's a nice neighborhood. Assuming the worst ain't gonna help you much. I'm sure your boy's out there safe and sound. Probably just didn't want to eat his broccoli. The man returned Gary's words with a pained smile. You're right. You're probably right. I'll keep looking. Thank you for your help. You should keep a cool head, sir, and you'll find your boy. As the man walked away, Gary began wiping down his headlights. He's going to have the cleanest car in the cul-de-sac, and the babes are going to love him for it. Gary's summer vacation. Woo! Alright, let's kind of skip through this junk a bit. For all your Gary needs. Come on, game. Oh, shoot. I wanted to skip through that. Oh, well. That's what I get for zoning out for a sec. You're playing with fire. Alright, cool. Alright. So I'm definitely not going for a 100% completion deal. I'm just kind of gonna play through this game once and let it be that. It's pitch black in there, except there's some gold. Let's throw the toilet cleaning diskette. No. Dark power dispelled. I flushed the toilet. All my fears swirl away down the drain in a clockwise spiral. Fuck you, Gary. Turns out the call was coming from inside the bowl. I'm not sure how Gary got in there. In fact, I'm not even sure what Gary was. The very next day, a foreclosed sign was posted outside Gary's house. The neighbors think he ran away in the night, but I knew it really happened. I don't think I'll ever fully understand the events of that fateful night, but I've got some advice for all you kids out there. Don't be a dick. You might just summon an unfathomable horror into your bathroom. Yeah. What were we talking about? Hey, who wants a fudge sickle? True end? Cleansed? Huh. Special thanks. 100 Gary. An ADHD game. Thanks for playing. Cool. Well, I guess I'll mess around with it a bit more. This doesn't look good. Reach into the toilet. Rolling up my sleeve, I stick my arm in the toilet bowl. I manage to grab the gold object, but it seems to be stuck on something. I can't pull it out. I kneel down so as to get a better look. That's when I realize it's a nameplate. Reading Gary. Attached to a necklace. Around a neck. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed. Up to the elbow, my left arm was completely missing. I wonder how that happened. The last thing I remember was sitting in front of my computer. Hey, that reminds me. When I was in 8th grade, my gym coach had one arm. Ooh. Alright, should be one more ending, I guess? Maybe not, though. Let's try this. Oh, I can leave my house. Welly, 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 well. Got a young buck who's had to break curfew. Oh, officer, section of my house. Oh, I got arrested. The police took me to the station on grounds of loitering and breaking curfew. They kept laughing and making jokes about how I was going to undergo a cavity check, but they didn't follow through. They made me take off my shoes and socks, and they took a look at my armpits. I don't think the armpits would make a very good hiding place for any contraband. Unless you had a little skin pouch. Like a kangaroo? That'd be cool. Anyway, they fingerprinted me and kept me overnight. Not in a cell, but in this, conference room. They brought in this youth guidance counselor lady. She kept trying to tell me God's plan for me. I think I would have preferred the cell. So my dad came and picked me up. He was PO'd. I got grounded for the rest of the year. That's the story about the time I got arrested. Wait, weren't we talking about something else? Alright. One more ending. This doesn't look good. Alright. Slam the lid! Oh, that might be it, actually. Well, now things have gotten a bit weird. I thought maybe I could get, you know, some weird endings and junk. What's that annoying sound? Is that one of you? I can't sleep. Go sort it out. Alright, Lace, I'm going, girl. Oh, I'm not really, though. Go outside. Let's try going this way. Nope. Alright, so that's the end. That was cool. That was a nice little story. Nothing scary, like, visually. But it was cool from, like, a creepypasta point of view, man. You can't fault it for that. So, that was 1-900-GARY, everyone. I was short. I was sweet. I'd say it was sweet. I enjoyed it, actually. I had a lot of fun with this one. It wasn't too bad. I got a story out of it. It was a little weird, but hey, what are you gonna do? We liked it, and that's all that matters. So thanks, everyone, for coming by. I guess for very short, like 1 to 3 episode deals for like horror RPG games, I'm just gonna toss in one big playlist, like a big old horror playlist. It'll be cool. It'll be like RPG Maker Horror Shorts or something like that. I'll come up with a good name later. But that was it for this one. And thanks. 1-900-GARY, everyone. 1-900-GARY.